How's it going?
Oh, you know, this and that. That and this.
So, welcome to my very... So, welcome to my very first live stream.
Your dog!
No, Sky, that's
Sky's
mine.
starting it up right. Just chomped out of my butt. Ow. Don't you... Kira! Stop following her footsteps. I like my butt. Thank you very much.
Say, hi, Toxie. Hi, Brianna. Just give everyone a little bit to
Join in and...
join in.
I'd say about...
Please share it to your friends.
I'd say about till 20-minute mark kind of chat.
How's everyone's day going so far? What's that?
Don't dare there. I don't know what it's called.
Sorry. Cool.
I think it's just part of it too.
Get that belly. Get that belly. You're putting on weight, dog.
That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, my day, whew, all I'm going to say,
So about work.
work. Alright, that's cool.
Yeah, sorry for not calling you earlier. Mother Dear decided to call and, you know, stick her nose into things that shouldn't be stuck in.
Oh, yeah. Should I say?
Mom stuck her nose into things that shouldn't be stuck in.
Yeah, apparently, I should...
The light socket?
You should have ultimately considered your name change because your mother, who is no longer with us, sadly, rest in peace, still love her to death, had named you something different, and
Yeah.
that's what upset her the most about you transitioning.
Yeah, and that I didn't consider...
That
me
I didn't
being-
consider how people would feel about their name change.
Yep. Hi, Lucas! But yeah, apparently I didn't think about my name change, and that was the one that upset her the most. That I didn't think about it.
No! No!
No, that's been. Oh, never mind. But yeah, when I've asked multiple people that knew my birth mom, what would she called me if I was a boy, so they never answered me or anything like that. So, yep, that's the thing.
Basically, they didn't give you answers, and so you made your own answers.
And now they don't like it.
And now they don't like it. Oh well, some people can't satisfy.
Yep. So about the 20. Just wait for more people to come in.
Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît.
My hair is purple, by the way.
So's the rabbit.
Yeah. Sky, my daughter, do you want to be famous on my YouTube channel? Sky.
What?
But Uncle Stray has sliders.
Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît.
Yeah. Coca made homemade sliders.
Okay, I'm gonna give these last two to John.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome. My favorite animal is either a dog, a wolf, and a tiger. So that's nice. I remember those 4 in the morning
your
field
favorite animal
trips
is
too.
Sky.
They were like, They were always fun, but the fact that you had to get up so early in the morning wasn't fully worth it.
I got a full-blood Chow Pro. They got a full-blooded Chow.
Nice. Alright, come here. This is my daughter. This is Sky. Say hi, Sky. Oh, hi.
Dad, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm getting belly rubs. It don't matter. You're my baby. Aw.
Can I ask you a question that can help me with something? When you said you're gonna be this,
Please not around me.
can
Brianna knows.
I be oh, you don't like pickles?
Hell to no. Hate pickles.
John said he liked them. He said they're good.
They are good.
Pickles! Gas mask.
Do you want to
Okay.
try one, Matt?
I will here in a little bit, I guess.
It tastes better when they're warm, but you know.
It had to make a lander from more that could withstand dust storm, so what did we do? We made Patrick's house one. Okay.
This is the one without onions.
That's awesome, Lucas.
These are the ones without onions.
Okay. It's nice. No.
Lucas said, "Hey Coca, how are you?"
I'm doing good, Lucas, but this is the focus on Matt, not me. Love y'all, but ask Matt things.
I'm still learning things, so y'all bear with me.
Ask Matt about their room.
Room? What room?
What's the topic?
Oh, hey.
Yeah, are any of you guys wondering why the topic is room 65?
Hmm.
There's a very good reason why I said topic.
I would have let you eat them, I just didn't want them around me. Rip Brianna. Sugar! We'll get into that.
Quick, they need a pillowcase.
Aw. I like you better than pickles too, trust me. I like this shirt. I seem buffer in this.
And yet you like pickles more than Chris.
Matt does it a little bit.
No. I don't even like pickles, and I like pickles more than Chris.
That's what I just said.
What did he say?
That was the exact words out of his mouth.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I'm sorry.
So now because of this is what they're doing.
Alright. So,
Give it another minute.
Lucas said, "What is room 65?"
Well, there you go.
alright. Go ahead.
Go for it.
Alright, so, the reason
Good
why
magical place.
this is called Room
When you put
65
sugar.
is me talking about when I was put in the psych ward and my room number was Room 65.
See what I'm putting in here? Instead of making my own tea right there, so
So, to start this out, I didn't fully come out till about my senior year, the end of my senior year, and I didn't even tell a lot of people.
that's drunk.
I feel like I didn't tell a lot of people till it was about a month or two before I was about to graduate high school, and I told a few friends and everything, and then so I didn't tell my parents because they are my
But I'm
family
in here.
because
I'm not in there.
they were highly religious and everything, and
Conservatives.
yeah. So I didn't tell them because I knew, like, long time ago, they had me and my half siblings all out in the living rooms. Like, if you ever transition, you're going to be disowned. If you're going to get someone pregnant, then you're going to be disowned. If you ever get pregnant, you're going to be disowned. Da 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 da. If you're gay, you're going to be disowned.
Basically,
It's
scaring
whole
them
list.
is basically scaring them.
Yeah, use that scare tactic.
Hey, Ben, enough.
All of your friends knew that you had a secret deed.
Yep. So around 2 years ago, I was having these feelings like I didn't understand it. I didn't know what it was called. I didn't know the term of it, and I was just feeling really low. And I just went these 2 years completely on autopilot. I would just go through life, and I barely remember any of it. Yeah, me too, Brianna.
I'll always be mad at them.
And so
They don't.
I went these 2 years completely on autopilot, and I didn't like. I used to love playing volleyball, playing sports, all these kind of things, and I just kind of got out of it. And I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to go hang out with my friends.
Unless they force you to
And
do something.
and if I went to go do something, I was either forced or it would got to the point it was so bad at home I didn't want to go home. So after that, around after I graduated and everything, in college I was completely out. I was telling people more that I was transgender, and I'm going to be stuttering a lot, so y'all bear with me. This is all new to me, but we're going to get through it, like always.
You
So,
actually
yeah.
haven't been stuttering that bad.
Huh?
You actually haven't been doing that.
I feel like I'm like, everywhere, so,
Not really.
yeah.
That's normal.
I'm going to be jumpy. Anyway,
As you do it more, you'll get better at it too.
Yeah.
I'm still
Yeah.
getting better at it.
so around
You do
my senior year, I was talking to my cousin that was telling me more about, give me more definitions maybe to help me which one I felt like I
I
was
was
the
telling them about
most.
bi-gender.
Yeah,
and,
gender fluid, stuff
and-
like that.
Yeah.
Originally, I thought I was gender fluid, but I was like, well, I'm not. I really don't feel like I'm female at all. And that was when it was brought up. The term is transgender, and I was like, well, that kind of explains it. She was giving me more in depth into it and stuff like that, and I was like, well, hey, that's me. So, transgender person.
FTM.
FTM. So yeah, so my senior year in high school, I cut all my hair off, half of it. I had this shaved off, but I couldn't go towards a
Hella daddy.
so I didn't I couldn't go fully shave it like I wanted to. My family that I lived with wouldn't let me go to a certain wouldn't let me shave my head to a certain length. I had this little part shaved a little bit, but I still had hair on it. Basically it looked like a haircut, but if it looked like her, it was fine. But
if it looked different, or if it looked more masculine, or if it was nearly all gone, oh hell no.
So,
Would you stop?
so I did that.
Here.
And I went to summer camp and I started slowly coming out then, but I couldn't fully come out because I was at a summer camp with kids and that's going to be a lot of questions. And yeah, that was best not to do that. But then around my first year in college, I was getting more and more dysphoric. And
First
I did,
semester.
yeah, first semester.
First semester.
Yeah. Whatever. Whatever, I was in college. So I was getting more and more dysphoric. I didn't like my name. I didn't feel comfortable with it. I didn't like my chest. I didn't like the way I looked. It just gave me a sick feeling, and I just, like, over and over, I just did not want to be in this body. So, before I push any further, I forgot to say this. This is a trigger warning. Major trigger warning. There's going to be talk of depression, suicide attempts, stuff like that, self-harm, stuff like that. So if you are easily offended or anything like that, please, it's okay. You don't have to say.
I feel like that summer you got rid of some fake friends.
You know I did. Yeah.
And they gain idiots like Toxie. I mean, the most awesome people like Toxie.
Yes, he's a great get.
But
Future roommate.
but
I
shoot,
think I cracked him up with that.
what was I saying?
You were talking.
Line.
No, you were
You
talking.
were talking about your trigger warnings.
Oh yeah,
You're talking
trigger
about
warnings. There I was. So yeah, it's okay. You don't have to be in this chat. I understand completely. But yeah, I just don't want anyone to. So
Don't come back and bite Hayden in the ass, whatever. you
yeah,
wind up,
please don't. I want to be.
Not go yelling at the rest of us either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't go barking at somebody else's channel if something's going wrong here that we've already warned you about. People know who we're talking about.
Yup. So yeah.
We love you, but stop.
Specific fruits.
But anyway, past the trigger warning. Again, trigger warning. All right. So continuing.
See, this is when you like have a button that would just like automatically put it in.
You
Just,
see,
like,
trigger warning. No, trigger warning, and they have like the freaking 420 air horns.
Only if he asks. What you mean? What you trying to say?
Alright,
Alright. Alright.
you were just in school and you're feeling bad about your body dysphoria.
Biting. Okay, so me going in college, I was very dysphoric, and I was getting to the point I just did not want to be here anymore. And yeah, and then wait, I got Sky after I was about to start college. No, the week.
Sky was your biggest help too.
Yeah, Sky's been a major help. A major help.
Sky's your puppy. His puppy.
Yeah, I done showed her. Yeah, she was on the very first part of the video. But
She was staring at the camera like,
Dad put me down.
why am I up here?
But anyway, I just did not want to be here anymore. I actually going back. I'm like skipping around a lot. I apologize. But in high school, I actually told one of my teachers that I really trusted. I told her I just don't know how to say it. I don't know how to go about
This
it.
is not their fault, by the way. What
And
happened this
I
part.
was
No.
like, my parents, I've tried to talk to them and all this, either they don't listen, it's hard to bring it up to them, and stuff like that. And, my teacher basically said, sometimes, parents are afraid that it's for attention. And she's like, but I could see, yeah, it was. But she said, I could see it in your eyes that you're hurting, and I could see it in your eyes that something's going on and you need help. That I want to help you. So me and her spent that whole week talking and everything. She was like, I won't do it without your permission, but I think it would be best to go see the guidance counselor. Big mistake. Oh, okay. But she sent me to the guidance counselor, and so I talked to our guidance counselor and everything, and I told her how I was feeling on autopilot. I really didn't want to be here anymore. I don't understand why, and I just don't know what to do. I was in a rut. I was stuck, and I just all point was lost, honestly. So I didn't even give her permission to call my parents. She calls my parents and tells them, we want to schedule a parent conference parent teacher conference with your daughter, and we just want to talk with you, da 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 da, blah blah blah, click. And so my family that I was living with was for real. She was at work that day, and so she got the voicemail, and I just came home. I was doing the dishes, doing some stuff, doing some chores and stuff where they won't be mad or something, because they were really pissy if they didn't have if I didn't have my chores done, all hell's was going to break loose. So I had to get all that done, and then to do homework, then all this other stuff. And then she walks in, and she was like, your school just called me today. I didn't get a chance to talk to them. Do you know why? They called me, and honestly, I was freaking out at this point. I was like, should I tell them? Do I not? Do I just wait till tomorrow? And I actually talked with my teacher beforehand, because I told her I was worried, because I don't know if it's brought up at the house. What am I supposed to do? And she's like, it's best just to wait till we have that conference. I'm going to be in there. I'm not going to leave you alone. I will be there the whole time, and we're not going to start till I'm there. I will be there. And that helped me a lot. So I just told them that I didn't know what was going on. I just was told I will have a conference today or tomorrow, whenever we were going to have it. And she's like, oh, okay. So she calls the next day. She calls and asks, well, why are they? She calls the counselor and was like, why are we having this conference? And that they said that I requested it, and that I needed to talk with them. That's all they said. First of all, I did not request anything. I just asked for guidance. I mean, it's in your title. Guidance counselor. And then you go to my parents, and then tells them that I requested it. That threw me under the bridge right there. And so they got home. I got cussed out, bitched at, and what I did that day while I was at school, I wrote down a list of things that I was feeling at that moment. I wrote down I was on autopilot. I told them that I was wanting to kill myself. I was wanting to die. I didn't want any kind of purpose to live. And that I just did not want to be here anymore. That's why most of it was at. And I told them that I felt like a disappointment, that all I did was I could never prove them I was worthy of respect and being grown up, because I swear they did not want me to grow up.
Still don't.
Yeah, for real. So she comes home. I had the letter by her table and everything, and so she comes home. She's like, me and you are going to have a little talk. And I was like, oh boy, here it goes. And so she comes in, starts slamming the door. She was like, you lied to me. You didn't know, you told me you didn't know what this conference was about, and all this and that and the other. And she's like, why did you lie, da da da, and I just handed her the letter. I did not say anything else. And she read it. She read to about the third one, and she's like, why do you feel like this? You know you're going to go to hell? You know if you just kill yourself right now, you're going to go to hell? That's selfish. You want to kill me too? What did I do to deserve this? What did your dad do to deserve this? I was like...
It pissed me off what your dad said, because you called crying after what your dad said.
I forgot what he said.
He went and you told me you come crying, calling to me, crying, saying what had happened. And you said your dad said that he was disappointed that his daughter could ever think such horrible things, that he raised you better, and you shouldn't have suicidal thoughts, that the devil had gotten a hold of you, and that instead of thinking suicidal thoughts, you needed to pray more and go to church more and read your Bible more and cut off all friends who weren't doing things for you more, and that everything was wrong about what you were doing, that he couldn't believe that it was happening. And it's like, instead of fucking, saying that you were disappointed, help your goddamn child out! Sorry, that pissed me off. Forgot to mention that.
Don't you know that your life and mental health is all about them? You're right! Okay.
How dare you!
But, okay.
Why? Why, Matt? Why you gotta do this?
So you see two hands from the side of the figure.
Scott, you see this? This is my protector. Say, take all that negativity elsewhere, man. But,
hey Sky, look.
Kira's like, okay, what are you doing, Dad? Dad, what are you doing?
Hey, baby. But, anyway, she yells at me, and she goes, get in the car. I can't deal with this. Get in the car. I was like...
And they made it for a while to where you couldn't do anything without supervision.
So she was like, just get in the car. I can't deal with this. Your dad's not even here. Get in the car. So I got in the car, and I didn't even say anything. I was just bawling, crying, because I felt really like shit after she said I was selfish. I was going to go to hell and everything. And so we go to my grandmother's house, and my papa was there in the living room. She burst through the door. She's like, she's trying to kill herself. That actually kind of sounded like her. Dang. That's scary. I'm sorry.
Nah, not enough salt there.
She goes, she's trying to kill herself. And my grandma's like, what is going on?
Grandmother, you mean Nina, because she's too young to be a grandmother. Biggest bitch in the entirety of the South.
Yep. Alright.
The whore of Babylon.
Then she goes on, and she's like, have a seat. Come talk to me. I was like, first of all, where are you going to get at yelling at me?
Yep.
Honestly. And, like, honestly, if you got to talk to somebody in a civilized manner, instead of yelling at them and everything, telling them everything is their fault, that's going to raise some more, like, suicidal thoughts. I was like, so we're sitting there, and she was like, well, tell me what's going on, and I just sat there.
Here's how it should have went down. Hey, tell me what's going on. How can I help?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm just having these feelings.
Well, what's causing you feelings?
See, that's how it should have gone. But instead...
It was not hard, people.
No, I can go ahead and tell you. I wasn't there, and I'll tell you how it is. Alright, sit down. We're going to have a talk for a minute. Me and you going to have a one-on-one. What's going on? I don't know. No, there's got to be a reason as to why you're feeling the way you're feeling. Tell me what's going on. I don't know.
I don't know is not an answer.
Yeah, I don't know is not an answer. You need to tell me right now, or I'll sit here and put you over my knee. I don't care how old you are. I'll spank your butt. Yeah, I've been there, done that.
Yep.
Been
My
there,
mom
done that.
is your mom.
Been there, done that. Got the whole entire T-shirt, the outfit. Yeah.
Get off.
Heck, you even got the celebratory glasses.
But, anyway. That goes on for till about midnight that night. She, they were talking about me saying I had a friend of mine that passed away that summer that was really close to me. It hurt me when he passed away. I went to his funeral, and it was one of the hardest things I've seen. And it was so hard for me because I stood there till they laid him in the ground, and it hurt. And so they were like, well, this is all because Mark died, isn't it? Well, you know he wouldn't want you to feel like this. You've been idolizing him way too much. You know how he would feel if you were like this right now, and that made me feel worse. I was like, here I am trying to get help, and yet it's still my fault. And then again, Mark is going to be upset with me, and I was like, dang, can't win. So
Damned if you do, damned if you don't, right?
yep. So they go on and go on and go on, and then we go to the conference, and my dad was there. Great. They're back, I think. Anyway, so we go to this conference, and my dad was there, and he goes on to say,
Excuse me. Here.
yeah, they go on and say, well, we're all on the table. My dad was right here, and Hope was right here, and she goes, we just need to understand what's going on. And my guidance counselor was talking about North Harbor, all these difference of hospitals and everything. They didn't even tell Miss Ryan that I was in there. And that, I told them I wanted Miss Ryan in there. I needed her in there. I trusted Miss Ryan. And Miss guidance counselor's like, oh, it's okay, it's alright, it's okay. We'll go through it. That's not what I've asked. But she was like, anyway, it's okay. So, they're sitting there, and they were talking, they told them about the letter and everything, and, tell them about the letter and everything, and, he goes on to say, you shouldn't be feeling like this, baby. You can always talk to us and everything. And I'm over here like, were y'all not even there last night? How this whole talk went? I didn't get to say anything. Y'all were, yay!
It's Empty Creations. Just subscribe.
Thank you. But I was like, we didn't even get to talk. I didn't get to say anything. Y'all were yelling, telling me I was selfish and everything, so that's not really how talking goes.
Where did talking come into play here?
Exactly. And so, after the conference, they were like, they denied the health care, me going to North Harbor, and they denied me to go Indian River, stuff like that. So they just took me back to the house, and they took away my car keys, my phone, my computer, everything. I was basically in jail, and I wasn't allowed to go to any friend's house or anything like this.
This is perfect cleaning my room because of the dang mess in the live stream.
But anyway, they put me on lockdown. After school, I had to go to my grandmother's house, and I couldn't leave till Hope came home,
Kira.
and someone could pick me up, took me back to the house, stuff like that. So
Isolation, no
isolation,
freedom whatsoever, because they were afraid that they could off themselves at any point.
Yep. But we go on. It was about a month or so, and they were like, well, but anyway, goes on to say,
no, what they're meaning by that, Brianna, is that basically it's a good stream to listen to while they're working on their room. Basically, their room is a mess, and it's a good stream to listen into while cleaning.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah, it's nothing bad.
Yeah, it's nothing bad, Brianna.
Thank you though for trying to look out.
It's all good.
Anyway, it was about a month or so, and they were, I got a call. They gave me my phone back.
Hey, King.
King said, "Congrats on 20 subs."
Thank you. They told me that, well, they called me, and they were like, well, I think, I know the answer to what's been causing your depression and everything. And I was like, okay, what? And they said, oh, it could be your birth control.
That you're on birth control and it's causing your hormones to overreact, and that's the reason why.
It was battling with my thyroid and everything. But anyway,
Get him,
I
bro.
have a thyroid condition. It messes with my hormones and stuff. So with that and my birth control, that my doctor said when I was 16 years old I needed to stop it, or it's going to cause me even more damage as I get older to now. There's like, oh no, it's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. I want her to still be on birth control. I was like, I don't want it. I don't want it.
That's really unfair. People should definitely be more considerate of others' mental state and physical conditions.
Oh no, they didn't care. If it wasn't about them or the church, they did not care.
And anyway, so I go to the
Or if you
doctor.
weren't them.
I go to the doctor. They told me, they took me off the birth control, and then they scheduled me to another doctor for birth control and stuff. And they were like, well, I really suggest you not being on this medicine because it's going to, if you were to decide that you wanted to get pregnant, that I wouldn't be a likely chance that I wouldn't be able to have kids because I've been on it so much and it's been messing with my
Make you
hormones.
infertile.
Yeah, it'll make me infertile. But anyway,
I'm not trying to.
they go on and I was like, well, let's just try it. I was like, did you not listen?
But
Are you the doctor?
But you weren't Hope, so therefore it didn't matter. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. But anyway, so I go on it about I didn't even stay on it. I only took it for a month because camp the camp that I was working at required me to take all medicine. And so I just told them I didn't really want to take it. They said, well, I prefer you to take it where we don't get in trouble. So I was like, well, okay, I'll just take it. And so after camp, I just stopped. I stopped it, and I felt a little bit better for a little while. What's that, guys?
Intermission, people.
Give us the
Yeah, we'll be back. We'll be right back. It wasn't.
wasn't Stray.
about that, guys. But anyway, where was I at?
You were talking about.
And
I
I'm
think
over
you were
here
just
talking.
talking about after you, because you were talking about your medicines and how you were a
Oh
kid,
yeah, okay.
and that you'd stop taking them for a while.
So I stopped taking them, and so this is when I first my first semester of college, and I started coming out more. I was wearing more masculine clothes, and my excuse was that men's clothes are way more comfortable, which they are. Let's be honest.
I'm gonna admit that too.
So, they actually allowed me to wear men's clothes. So, the only thing I couldn't wear was boxers and men's shoes and stuff like that. And so, I did what I could. And then, around the time I got my job at the animal shelter, that's when I met Sky. And
The baby.
Yep. And, so I raised her up for a little bit, and around October, things were starting to get worse. They were constantly yelling at me. I was never going to be good enough. I had a car accident, and they blamed me for it. They told me, I had I sling my head back forward. Yeah, I have real bad whiplash. And they were like, "Oh, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine."
Yeah, the doctor prescribed you medicine.
And so finally, it was about the third day, and they said, "Look, you need to be on medicine. You have a really bad whiplash. It's like today's going to be the worst time of it. Today, you should have already been on medicine." And I just looked at them like, "I told you." And they were like, "Oh, she was fine. Like, she didn't have no concussion. She was fine." But no. So, after that, they were kind of always, they took the money from the wreck that was rightfully mine, and, they took that, and,
Is that the one
Any-
you went to watch NASCAR with?
No, because remember they couldn't go to that.
yeah, that was my
No, that
fault.
was right. They couldn't go.
They got mad because they couldn't go to Talladega because of me, because I had to go to college, which never stopped them before.
Plus, they
And
weren't paying for it.
yeah, and and that's when that weekend is when I had my wreck, and they were like, well, thank goodness when you didn't go, because then we would have had to just come all the way back. It's your goddamn fault. So yep. After that, they were yelling at me because Sky was she was about 3 months old. She was she wasn't she was about to turn 3 months old. She was a puppy. She was a baby.
She's still a puppy.
She's still a baby. She's only 7 months old. Wait, yeah, she wasn't 3 months. See, May. So it was June, July, August, September. She was about 5 months old. So she was still learning. She still was going to have accidents in the house, but she was really good about that. She would let me know when she had to go out. If I didn't take her out, it was like she'll only pee in my room in the little pee pad area that I had out for her. And that's all I could ask for, because during the night I'm like out. And with my kind of job in my school hours, I have to get all the sleep I can get, because I was a full-time school employee. I was a full-time student at Shelton. I was full-time at work, and then I had to come home, do homework, and I had to come home, do chores, cook supper, do the dishes, do the laundry, while they sat on their ass all the time. So I really got fed up with it. And, so around, it was about to be November 1st. And I talked to Jen, and I told her that I was ready. I was really considering suicide, or I had it planned out. I knew what I was going to do. That morning, they were going to go to work. I was gonna be gone. And she was like, no, if it get, if it ever gets to that point, you can always
Let me know.
You can always just call me. You have a place here. We'll come get you. So the next day, I was like, well, we'll wait it out. I'm getting to it. It was the next day. I was like, well, we'll wait it out and see what goes on. And I was like, I want to actually try to finish college and everything. And I like my job. I was worried about my job. And they were like, and that next day, they were threatening to take Sky away from me. Just because I was a full-time student, I was a full-time employee, I had to do homework, I had to do chores, and then they would always bitch about my room being not perfect. I mean, I had a little bit of clothes and then a few things on the floor, and that was it. I picked all the stuff on the floor, did my clothes, and it still wasn't good enough. So they were like, well, and then they got mad about the smell. Well, your dog is making it smell up in here. I was like, well, you got a dog too. It's not our dog, it's your dog. It's something about the shelter. I was like, I take a shower before I go to work and after I go to work. It's not me. They're like, well, it has to be Sky. I was like, you don't make any sense. And
Excuse me.
Anyway, she goes and they were like, well, if you don't start acting right and pulling your stuff together and getting rid of this attitude you're having, I was like, what attitude? What attitude? And they were like, well, if you don't get your act together, Sky's gonna have to go back. She's gonna go back to the shelter, and that tore me up.
They called me like. They called me. They're gonna take Sky. I don't know what to do. I can't stay here anymore. I don't know what to do. What do I do? And that's when I was like, look.
We had it all planned out. It was about that week. And that on the 1st, we said, well, that's when we can. I was like, that's going to be my day off for work. That's when I get my paycheck. That's when Hope and them are going to be at work. They were going to be at work, and
I don't think you want these nuts.
no, never mind. Excuse me. They were going to be at work and everything, and they.
Excuse me again.
And so we had everything planned out. I talked to my boss. I talked to the sheriff department. I talked to everyone that I possibly knew how to. And I talked to my school. They told me I could keep my scholarship and everything. And so we had this plan in motion. And we go on, and that Friday, that Thursday night, I had everything packed up. Once Steve left, I moved all my stuff to the living room.
That was a big mistake.
Yeah,
that was a big mistake on your.
Yeah, that was a mistake on my end.
We were on our way to go pick up Matt during this time. We were on our way from. This is when before me and my now ex decided to try to get a divorce. I was still living with him, and we drove to go pick up Matt.
But
we were like 5 minutes away.
Yeah. So he goes, I moved everything to the living room because I thought it would be easier and quicker, because I know my grandmother, she would sometime around that frame of time, she would be leaving to go to the post office, and that was right past my house, so she would see everything. So I was like trying to get everything hurried up, try to move everything, and
And there's the wake up.
Hey, wake up. And then he decides he was going to come home for God knows what. He just comes home and sees everything, and I started having a panic attack and everything. But long story short, my grandmother knocked the door down on my head.
After they were trying to keep, because they were scared and worried.
Yeah, I barricaded myself in the bathroom to have a little more time and space. And
A safe space.
a safe space. I grabbed Sky, I locked myself in the bathroom, and she knocked the door down on top of me. And
Sheriff's Department.
yeah, called the sheriff department. They said they can go, leave them alone. And she tried to follow, and she, whoop.
Yep, tried following us, and that bastard pulled him over.
Yep.
Her over quick like.
But anyway, so
Yeah, Wake Up said they remember the story and what happened. So yeah,
Yeah.
because they've seen the past stream. They should know
yeah,
what's going
I
on.
was just doing it for my stream.
Yeah.
For my channel. Trying to give a little more
A lot of
background.
backstory.
Yeah.
So anyway, fast forward. I'm out of the house. I'm living with Jen and them, and now we're living here. So this
Look,
was
so y'all know the reason why we're living here now.
Yeah.
I don't have to go into detail on that.
this was around the end of December. We had a really stressful week at work. They scheduled me all week without a break. Well, not a break. They scheduled me all week without a off day, and they were running me crazy, and I was stressed out. I was overwhelmed. And then that day, I was going out to head to work, and Sky ran out, and I called her back in, and I was getting really irritated at this point because I was calling her, and she would not come back. So she literally looked me dead in the eye, and I told her to come on, I have to go, and she just turned around like, I get to do whatever I want. And she goes on and runs off. So I get her back inside, and I go to pop her to discipline her, and she turns and tries to snap at me. And beforehand, she done snapped at Jen, and
Made full contact with me.
and she snapped at Jen, and she tried to snap at Hope. And so I didn't understand why she was doing it, but then when she turned on me, we were like, well, we're going to have to do something. We're going to have to take her back to the shelter and everything. That was sparking more of the stuff that happened when Hope and Steve did that. So I went to work. I was really upset. I was like crying. I couldn't even drive. Stray had to drive me, and I went to work. And I told one of my coworkers what happened, and of all decency, I was actually calming down and everything. I was doing my work. I really hate when people see me cry, so I was like, I was going to try not to think about it. I was going to do what I have to do. And all of a sudden, my coworker just stops what she was doing, and she's like, well, what are you going to do? Are you just going to bring her back? Well, at least she'll know she'll have a good home. That tore me up. I was like, well, she had a good home. I promised her that she would not come back here. I promised. And then I talked to one of our older ladies that works with us, and she said, well, one of her dogs that was turning aggressive, she brought it back to the shelter, and they couldn't keep her, and they had to put her down. And then the thought of having Sky put down, that made it worse. And again, this whole time I'm still suicidal, and and I was depressed and everything. I didn't have any kind of medicine or anything, and all of these thoughts were coming through my head, like, you could do this, you could do that, you can do this. Like, I had about 20 different ways how to kill myself, honestly. And I came home, and I didn't want to talk to nobody. I wanted to be left alone. I went and got straight in the shower. And I did attempt suicide that night. And I came out after I knew it didn't work. And I got even more upset. And I was like, and I just, when I got out, well, in the shower the whole time, Sky was there the whole time. And I was just, after my attempt, Sky was hopped in the bathtub with me with the water running, with the tub running and everything, and all she did was sit down and she just started licking my face. And that was and she kind of just looked at me, and it was one of those like, well, if you're gone, what's going to happen to me? And that's one of those, one of her things is like, when I'm to that point, she's always like, well, Dad, what's going to happen to me? And who's going to take care of me? I'm going to miss you. And it's just one of those things. And so I came out here and I sat down and I thought about it a little bit, and Sky was right there beside me. She wouldn't let anyone around me. And she's
like, okay, Dad, I feel negativity. What do you want, Dad?
She's like, Dad, you okay? My
Good.
baby.
I'm right here.
But anyway, she...
Step 1, get a pupper that will love you.
Yeah. What? I'm talking
Step
about...
2, get a pupper who'll be a camera hog.
But anyway, I sat there for a little bit and I asked, would it be selfish of me if I asked y'all to take me to the hospital? And they were like,
Immediately no.
we're like, no, get in the car.
We didn't even give him a second chance to think about it. He was like, would it be selfish if I go to the hospital? I'm like, you really need to? Get in the car.
He shook his head yes, and we're like, I got the keys, go.
I'll get my shoes on, we're going.
Yeah, I grabbed my blanket, my shoes, and I was out the door. And anyway, we go to the hospital. As soon as I walk in, my nurse is someone I went to high school with that bullied me all the way through elementary school, middle school, and high school. Until she finally graduated, thank God. So I walk up in there, and they were talking to Stray and them, and I was like, bitch, you're not fooling me. I know who you are. And so they put me on suicide watch, and she was watching me the whole time. Basically, they run a lot of tests and everything, making sure I didn't take anything, stuff like that. And anyway,
no, I hear really bite into it.
And I go off by myself with her to get X-rays on my chest and everything because I was having a lot of chest pain. And it was just me and her, and I looked dead at her in the face. She's like, and I said, you went to this high school, right? And she's like, yeah, I did. And I was like, yeah, I thought I recognized you. And she didn't talk to me the whole time that night, for the rest of the night. So we go back, this test came back and everything was fine, and they were like, well, we're going to admit you, but it's not going to be here, it's going to be at our other facility, and it's going to be at North Harbor. And honestly, I never heard about it until my guidance counselor said something about it, but I didn't know exactly what it was. So, I go in there. Well, they were like, well, you're going to have this little paper signed and everything. And I was honestly terrified. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was scared. And they were like, they're going to have an ambulance transfer you and everything. And honestly, I thought they were talking about the big hospital. I was like, why are you going to put me in a ambulance that is like one story up? And so they were like, no, it's across town and everything, and it's going to be like a vacation.
Bye, wake up.
Bye.
Bye, wake up, have a good time.
And they were like, it's going to be like a vacation. You're going to they're gonna help you get better. They're real good about this stuff, and everything.
Excuse me.
And they're like, it's gonna help. It's gonna help. And they were waiting for the ambulance and everything. And I've never rode in an ambulance before. And they strapped me in there, and I was like, I'm riding in there. I thought Stray and them was going to be able to go with me, and then they just told me, well,
we weren't allowed.
they told me that you're going to be having to go by yourself. They can't come visit you till tomorrow. And I was like terrified. I did not speak. I was crying. I was bawling my eyes out. And so we get to the North Harbor, and we're sitting there getting all my vitals and everything. And all I couldn't describe it was that I was like a little scared chihuahua. I was wrapped up in my Jack Skeleton blanket, and I was just shaking. And
Haley, you did shut the gate back, right? Okay.
And I was just sitting there shaking, and then they set me in. It was like midnight that night, and they were just asking me a bunch of questions like, do you have a plan? Do you have this? Do you have that? Why are you here? And everything. And they were to give me a rundown of the rules. They took my Jack Skeleton blanket, first of all, and I did not like that very well. I was like, that's one of my comfort things. I need it. And they told me that I couldn't take that. I could keep my shoes, but if I keep my shoes, I would have to have the string out of it. And I was like, well, I'd rather go barefooted. So but anyway, they gave me this ugly ass yellow socks that's around here somewhere.
Like mustard colored.
Like, yeah, mustard colored.
Old mustard.
Old mustard. And I put those on, and I swear they're bigger than my feet. So I'm walking in. You would think I was Daffy Duck with these like socks, and I was like flopping it around, trying to walk in them. And so they put me in a room, and they put me in room 65. And it was a little room by myself. It had a little shower. It looked, oh God. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know what that was.
Touch of voice cracking, get used to it.
I'm still pretty. Yeah. For now. So anyway. So, guys, just a second. Aw, pretty Kira. He hit Hope. He hit Hope. He bounced off of Hope.
Landed in her hair and bounced off. It wasn't intentional either. Holy shit. Hope, are you awake?
Are you sure?
Sorry, guys. Thank you, Strawberry. Anyway. So, I get back there, and it was, the best way to describe it was a really cheap hotel room. It didn't have no TV. It was like a little stand that looked like a bookshelf. And,
With no books.
with no books. There was like a little desk. Excuse me. There was
Kira.
there was a window with the blinds. You didn't have the blinds. It was outside, and you just pressed a button and it fixed it. So the bed, honestly,
Hey, Strawberry.
I wanted to sleep on the floor. It was hard as fuck. And
And the floors were concrete.
yeah, and it was cold. I go and lay down because it was midnight, and they tell me that they're giving me a rundown and everything, and I somewhat fall asleep, and next thing I know, here's this one. I'm like passed out like this, and all of a sudden I hear.
Last comment.
I feel that
I'm
movement.
waiting for the rage. I have nothing to do with this.
I'm not saying it.
Alright, get the fuck out of my stream! And first of all, I could not throw anything out of it because
They didn't open.
they didn't open!
If you throw it hard enough, it probably would have.
I honestly thought about throwing that chair against the window. I honestly thought about it. I was like,
They glass wall. Nope, you love me.
Foxy said, nope, you love me, really.
get out. Right there.
Out is the direction you could get.
So,
You know what's funny? They're saying get out, yet they're pointing down the hall.
get out. So I'm asleep and I have my arms like crossed over me and like over the blanket, and all I feel is someone lift up my arm, do like this, and I was like, I slowly wake up and this woman's taking blood. I was like, I'm not conscious.
This is Matt's sentiments toward Foxy.
I'm not conscious. Why are you taking my blood?
This is your sentiments to Toxie.
And they were like, "Oh, we're taking your blood. Da 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 da. You can go back to sleep. It'll be done as soon." I was like, "Honey, if you're taking my blood, I'm not going back to sleep. I want to make sure you're doing this right, making sure you're not trying to kill me. But isn't that the reason why I'm here?" It's just like, "Oh, it's okay. You can just go back to sleep." I was like, "I'm awake now."
They might put something else in that IV.
Honestly, I think that's what happened with most of them. They put something in their IVs.
Probably.
So every 5 minutes, they would be opening up the door, and they don't know how to shut the door quietly. They were like, I had my door shut all the way, and they'll open it up. They're like, "Just checking on you." Slam the door. Another 5 minutes rolls around. "Are you okay?" "Yeah." "Okay." And that went on all night. And then after this woman takes my blood, I have someone wake me up. It's like, "Oh, it's time to wake up. It's 6 o'clock." And I was like, I barely even slept. Leave me alone. And man, you wish. Anyway. I go in there, and I just step out of my room. I'm like standing up, have the door open, and I'm just looking around, and I see people pacing down the hallway. Have this one kid screaming at the TV, and this other dude playing cards and everything. And so I look out, and I slowly go back in, shut the door. And so I sat there, and I didn't come out till around lunchtime. And they keep a record of how much you eat. If you don't eat certain foods, they're going to tell your doctor. If you don't eat, then you're more than likely going to stay there. Half the food wasn't that great, honestly. and I'm sorry. If it's not good, I'm not going to eat it. I was like, oh, tell my doctor. So I go with that.
Well, you're really skinny for someone who likes food. I don't like food. I love it. I don't love it. I don't
So
Sorry.
anyway, that day I stayed in my room the whole time. I didn't come out until my social worker came in, and we were just having a talk. And she was like, I was laying on my bed with my pillow, and honestly, I had tears in my eyes, and I said, and she came in, how you doing? I said, I want to go home. I miss my family. I want to go home. I was like, this is not helping me. I want to go home. I was like, I feel like I just should have done it. I should have succeeded. I want to go. I want to go. I want to go. And she was like, well, you have to stay here till your doctor releases you and all this bunch of other stuff. And I go to group, and I just walked out. There was this girl, and it was one of those types of feelings that, hey, you need to talk to this person. And honestly, she was really cute. And I was like, I want to talk to her and everything. And so we go to dinner, and so I still shy little old Matt. I still don't talk to her. And there was this girl that's like, she comes up to me, taps me on the shoulder. She said, hey. I said, yeah. She was like, make sure you circle that sugar spot. And I was like,
Hey, you two.
she's like, circle sugar. I was like, why? She's like, so you can give it to me, boy. I was like, okay. Come on. I don't know. Never
I was
mind.
talking about the dogs.
Oh.
Because they probably hear instead of what you're saying.
The dogs are wrestling. Sorry.
So what?
Never mind. We'll talk later. Sorry. So, I was like, why do I need she was like, give it to me. And she went around to every person and said, hey, got any sugar? Hey, better circle sugar for in the morning. Hey, give me your sugar. So she has like a stack of sugar like that. She sticks it in her sock and then walks back into our, after dinner, she walks back into their little area. And,
The dogs are wrestling in here on the floor.
And we go in there, and she goes around, and I go back to my room. I took a little quick shower and everything, and they give me this, I call it my psycho bag. It's our hygiene bag that we take our showers with. It was soap, deodorant, mouthwash, toothpaste, a toothbrush, some soap, and a little small thing of shampoo. That all didn't smell like anything. It smelled like nothing, honestly. So I take a shower, and I start to put that deodorant on, and it's one of those roll-on things. And let me tell you,
That's
I
so
have
cool.
armpit hair, okay?
Not anymore.
It pulled. I did not. It was.
Not after applying that deodorant, you don't.
I was like, I lost a lot that day. I lost a lot. And
I tried it. That's some.
it hurts like a
terrible
motherfucker.
deodorant.
And it doesn't. It's not even worth it. It doesn't even make me smell good. It's not worth it.
It's not.
And so I come back out, and the girl that I'm gonna call her. Hold on, I'll get back. So yeah,
There too.
it's probably. But she goes on, and
I don't see anything done at all.
I go to the table and say, hey, are you Matt? I said, yeah. And they were like, well, I found your Sudoku, and I just kind of took it over. But I asked around to see if it was anybody's, but no one answered me, so I'm sorry. So I was like, oh, that's fine, you can have it. So from now on, we're calling the girl Sudoku Thief. So I'm sitting there and I'm talking to her, and I was telling her, we were just having a discussion about, hey, why are you here? And she was about the same reason I was, and I felt a connection with her, and it made me actually come out more. I was being more social. I went to more group events and everything. I didn't stay in my room all the time. So she was, and that's funny. And I was like, "Did you get these socks?" And I was like, and I pointed at my socks, and she's like, oh, "Twins!" So we were actually having a good time and actually talking and everything. And I honestly thought I considered her as a friend. And so the next day, I go to bed early, and all of a sudden, I was like, we were having a discussion about why the people are pacing, and she was like, I just noticed all these people were pacing. I was like, I knew I just didn't belong here. And I was like, yeah, I feel the same way. I just don't understand why. Like, Demi Lovato can probably. We were like, I wonder what Demi Lovato is going through right now, because she just had this happen, and she in a psych ward too. And so I went to bed early that night, and all of a sudden I noticed myself pacing. I was like, oh no, it's begun.
Hey, Willie Husky just
Willie's
subscribed.
so
Willie's
cute.
awesome. He's actually from my channel.
Nice to meet you, Willie.
How
But
you doing, Willie?
anyway, we're over there, and the next morning, she met me at their little table and everything, and I was like, hey, I almost didn't recognize you without your psycho robe on. And she was like, I know, I just changed it out. And anyway, we're over there talking and whatever, and all of a sudden we hear this guy screaming, and we're like, what is going on? All you hear is like, don't come at me sideways. Y'all know what y'all did last night. Y'all coming up in my room and everything. Y'all know what y'all did, making fun of me and all this other bunch of stuff. And I was like, what is going on? And she goes on to say, and they were like, go to your room and go get your medicine, or go to your room, da 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 da. And then he refused to go in his room. And so all we heard was, get in your room. And we were like, and they were talking to us, and we were like, y'all get in your rooms. And so we rushed into our rooms, and we could not come out. Sorry. So we're over there, we're waiting, and all you hear is screaming, bloody murder. And we honestly still don't know what happened. All of a sudden, he's gone. He's screaming, and then he's gone. And we go back out, and we meet at the table again. And
He shouldn't have taken the red pill.
and we're going. We meet at the table again, and that girl with the sugar obsession, she goes up to Sudoku Thief, and she was like, "Hey, girl." She's like, "Oh, hey," and she's like, "I just wanted to let you know." She's like, "Do you like sugar?" And Sudoku Thief's like, "Yeah, I do." She's like, and Sugar over here was like, "That's good, because I sneaked some into your pillowcase." She was, and Sudoku Thief just kind of looked at me. She was like, "How did you even get in my room?" She's like, and Sugar's like, "Well, if you don't want my sugar, if you're not gonna appreciate my sugar," she's like, "Oh, no, that's fine, I'll keep it." And she's like, "Thank you." And I was like, "I probably need to check my pillowcase." And she was like, "Yeah, me too. I want to make sure it's actually sugar, not something else that can get me in trouble." And so that day I talked to my doctor that day, and he said, yeah, and he said, do you think you are able to be discharged today? I said, honestly, I feel like I can. I just feel like this is not the place for me. I was like, but I will stay here till Sudoku Thief is discharged too, because I've gotten real close to her, and honestly, I don't want her to be here by herself. And he was like, oh, that's so sweet and everything. He's like, well, let me see how that goes, and we'll come back to you and see what happens. So, Sudoku Thief was after me, and she goes to the doctor and everything, and she comes back out. She's like, oh, they just discharged me. I was only here for such and such day, and my parents are getting me discharged. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. And then that's when I got my discharge papers and everything, and we exchanged numbers and everything. And I honestly thought I actually had a good friend, because after I left my old home, I left all my friends behind, some of them, and some of them are not completely supportive of me being transgender, and they completely cut me off.
No problem, Lucas. Welcome back.
Hi, Lucas. But I go back. She was like, I was like, oh yay, this is gonna be like a new friend I could possibly hang out with, and I honestly had a little crush on her too. But I was like, and then I got discharged. I got my phone back, and I instantly texted her, and I was like, I just want to thank you for being there, even though it didn't seem like we were meant to be in this. We were in the wrong place for our mental health issues, but I feel like I was in the right place by meeting you, because you actually made me not go insane. And she was like, oh, same, and I just wanted to thank you. You actually helped me keep my sanity and everything. And so I offered to, and her parents took her to some mental health thing in Tennessee that she couldn't have her phone anymore either. And I was like, well, when she get out of the thing out of Tennessee, you can just text me. I'll take you out to the mall. I'll take you all out to Olive Garden and everything, and make a whole day of it. I offered to take her on a date, and she hasn't talked to me since then. So basically, I got ditched. Basically.
You never know, they may want to get put somewhere else too.
Nah, I have her social media. She's been on social media, so she's ditched me altogether. So anyway, she ditched me, and so I get my medicine and everything, and they diagnosed me with what was it? Persistent major depression. And basically, it's been over 2 years. It never goes away. Like, I get it'll randomly just come out of nowhere.
Okay.
But anyway,
It's like they message me now. They're closed.
Anyway, they diagnosed me with that. Basically, that's where it would just come up randomly. There's not. I have fun, happy moments, but I feel like it never lasts. I have a hard time of expressing my feelings and everything, stuff like that. So I was supposed to go to Indian Rivers to go to a follow-up. I've been 4 or 5 days without my antidepressants now, and I still have yet to get my antidepressants. Every time I go to Indian Rivers, they're either closed. Last time I went, they told me I had everything filled out, and they said, well, we don't do assessments till 7 in the morning on Mondays and Tuesdays. So I was like, Well, I need my antidepressants. You don't understand. What?
Exercise has been also helping you out with that too, helping you focus on things.
So what?
Exercise and stuff.
Yeah, so I've been going to the gym lately. I don't know. You can't tell up in here, but I've been going to the gym, trying to help a little bit, but work is really not helping.
Like,
So
it's helping with the workout, but it's not helping with the stress and the mental issues.
yeah. But this shirt was actually the shirt I was wearing when I went to North Harbor. This whole outfit is what I was wearing. So that was room 65. Again, I appreciate y'all listening to my story time. I enjoyed
Story time with Waasi.
story time with Waasi. Yeah.
Do you want to end it off here? Do you want to chill for a bit, or what do you want to do?
Chill and just, talk about random things.
Chill,
and
talk
whatever
about
comes
random
up.
things, or do you want to end it off here?
Alright guys, what do y'all think? Should I keep on going with the stream? End it
Chill
off
stream.
here, or what do y'all think we should do?
Chill stream or end it off? Chill for the rest or end it off?
We can always talk about our,
5 viewers is good.
Yeah. That's really
I have
good.
over 600, and this is about the average.
We can always talk about our future roommate.
We got one chill.
He said chill.
Yep, you got chilling.
Alright.
Want to chilling like a village.
Alright.
Let's get the cheese whiz now.
Oh god, for a bit like that.
But in order to chill, you gotta
Ah!
and lay back.
And give Matt a heart attack.
Prop your feet up.
If
lay
Toxie
back.
said go for it, Strafe, I want to talk about being future roommate. If you want to mention about that, Matt.
Hi. My top future roommate.
Toxie. Yep, we're just gonna show up at the front door.
I fucking wished. If I had the money right now, if I had the full funding right now.
Don't
and
talk
full
about
custody,
my belly. I want it gone.
But if I had full custody of the girls and the divorce was through and finalized and Demon was out of college, we would all.
It's
and the
okay.
money, we would all just.
It's
I'm
okay.
wearing my chest binder, guys.
I know a Matt trigger.
I don't you fucking do it.
Don't.
I'm not going.
There'll be a murder.
I'm not going to.
There could be a murder.
Like it.
Hey guys, how would you like to see a live stream murder?
Yay!
I'll knock you out. I don't even care.
Don't say murder.
So, if y'all don't know, I think Brianna knows. I don't know if she's still watching or not. But, I do not like my sides being touched. I have a thing about having my knees up. Do not touch it. Like, from here up, do not touch, or we're going to have problems. One time in high school, one of my friends was teasing
Hi,
me.
Hunter.
Hey, Hunter. Or Vault.
She was teasing me, and she ran her hand around my side, and then at the same time she was doing my knee, and I was like, boom! And I didn't for real mean to, and
Just a reaction.
it was a reaction, and I didn't hit her that hard. I just went back and I kind of hit her to knock her hand away, and I accidentally hit her lip. And all of a sudden it started bleeding real bad, and I was like, oh no, I feel so bad. But yeah, don't touch my sides, ever.
Well, the thing is, I'll pretend like I'm going to do it,
Yeah,
but unless
Don't.
I legit slip up or just forget, I won't actually do it. It's part of my messing with people thing,
y'all.
like this.
I'm ready for my beard to go in. Hey, I know what we can do. Had my beard shaving lesson.
I can do it through your phone.
What y'all think? Should I?
You lather up and run a razor across it.
Try and give something else to do.
Want me to jump in calls so we can talk about the move and stuff? Sure, man. Give me a call.
The thing is but it'll echo through because of the. Because we'd have to basically Matt would have to plug the headphones and all that because it would echo through.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I can end the stream here because it was room 65, so.
Yeah, but
It wasn't
they were
room
also
65
asking for a chill.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what else to talk about. Give me questions then.
Yeah,
Y'all want
send
questions?
Matt some questions. Give him some questions.
Or give me that, where's
What
that
the hell is the book? I was looking for it.
what book?
The little brown book.
I was talking about the cards. Like, have you ever cards?
Never have I ever.
Yeah.
Where that's at?
Okay. I'll just look something up on my phone.
Here, I got an idea. Facebook has a thing where you can answer random questions. I'll do it like that. Give me a sec. I got you covered.
Okay.
On questions. I got you covered.
We got you.
So the person, hey Matt, your upcoming paycheck, if you could dish out $55, the person who made Coke's Pillow is opening one final batch up. They just announced it.
We gotta see about everything else. It's not a priority. Sadly.
It will be the batch will be opening in March. Well, you
Okay,
did.
dog.
You nearly had a camera get knocked down.
Hey.
I love
Hey.
how I moved over and now they can see me.
Oh, they upped the pricing. It was $55. Now it's $63 plus shipping, which is $6 in the US. Probably because of fabric.
Hey guys, if y'all didn't know,
Probably.
my hair's purple.
Alright. You ready, Matt?
I'm ready.
First question. What cartoon could you never get tired of watching?
Fairly Odd Parents. I love that. Fairly Odd
Let
Parents.
them answer that too, because it's also good for them to answer
Yeah.
as well.
Fairly Odd Parents. Sometimes SpongeBob. Sometimes I really get really tired of it, but that's not the question.
B would probably be Gravity Falls.
Mine would be Fairly Odd Parents. I love Fairly Odd Parents.
Right?
Wait, cartoon.
I don't know.
What
I think,
is
I think mine would probably
So-
be Ed, Edd and Eddy.
So
Just cartoon in general.
wouldn't Nightmare Before Christmas? No.
No, that's a movie.
Animation.
That's a movie.
Yeah. True.
Cartoon is like something you see on TV that's like a series.
All right, guys. What is your favorite cartoon that you can never stop watching?
Like, if you had the ability to only watch one cartoon and you would never get tired of it, what cartoon would it be?
I really think mine would probably be Ed, Edd and Eddy. I love that show. When are you starting your new job?
Whenever you get,
Whenever
get it?
people hire us.
Whenever you start your business.
Yeah, whenever you start your business and I get custody of my babies. Look outside, baby.
Government came and took my baby.
Strawberry says SpongeBob. All right, guys.
Ready for the next question?
Yep.
Next question. The first
Bye,
thing
camera.
the first thing I would do the moment I won the lottery would be
Get a freaking house. A big enough house for everyone to live in. That I liked.
Here.
you know the first thing I'd do? Invest it in stocks.
Yeah, true.
Because in that way, that little bit of money would grow over time. Then I'd get a house. Then a car. Then college funding for the girls.
All right, next question.
Trevor said to meet you guys. You've already met us.
You've already met us. We don't need to win the lottery for that one. like how I'm just a pair of legs. Alright, next question. If I could choose to control either fire or water, which would you choose?
Fire.
I'm gonna say water just to get it like.
No! Coca, look, we're on fire!
Hey, Stray,
No!
Stray, wake up! Stray, wake up! I said wake up!
Toxic says fire. Strawberry says water. All right.
So the three of us got fire.
I'd be a waterbender. Y'all be fucked.
The body's what? How much percent water?
75.
Toxic says burn it all.
That's why she said you burn.
If you could choose a language to speak that you could immediately learn fluently, right now, what language would it be?
Sign
Spanish.
language.
I'd say Spanish.
That or Chinese. I eat Chinese food a lot.
Yeah.
I can know when they're talking about me. I think
I'm
you're
gonna say
getting another
Spanish.
egg roll. You're getting another egg roll.
I'd say Spanish, then
No,
sign
they're
language.
saying take this dish behind and spit in it.
They
Make
say
sure you get
Japanese.
extra dog. They ordered number 6.
Next.
Between the beach and or the mountains, which would you choose to live?
The mountains.
Beach.
Mountains are really peaceful. Plus the beach is peaceful.
You can have
But-
mountains near the beach.
True.
They have places that have mountains
They
near
have
the beach.
be-
I'd be
they have
up in the
Beaches
Do I
by
have
the
to
mountains.
choose Either mountains or
mountains
beach?
or the beach. What would you rather spend your time at?
Toxic says beach.
I
I
say
have
beach.
fun at both, so
I like the beach because you have the ability. If you want to be in the shade, you can be in the shade. The water's cool. You know,
yeah, I guess I'll choose beach as well.
take your creativity, build stuff in the sand. Hi, Char. He likes chucking a random song. All right, ready for the next one?
Yep.
If somebody wanted to make you happy, all they would have to do is give you blank.
Money. Because then I can turn and help out. Get everybody happy.
So
I
what?
would just say effort and time because effort and time can lead to money and everything else.
True.
So what? What was the question?
If somebody wanted to make you happy, what would be the one thing that would do that?
Affection.
Talk to you at cake.
Cake!
But mine's affection.
Mine's,
I honestly never had a relationship that, I don't know, it's, my relationships are complicated.
if you had the choice of either being able to teleport anywhere you wanted to or to read people's minds, which would it be? Teleport or read people's minds?
Teleport.
I'm gonna say
I think
teleport.
yeah.
I don't give a damn what you
Oh no, I've got 2 minutes to be at work. Bloop. Hey look, I'm 2 minutes early. Oh yeah, that irritated me today too. When Jim came in there and fussed about the coffee.
Yeah.
So every morning we come in and make coffee, right, at work. Well, we're out of coffee now. But nobody made coffee, so I was getting the coffee made, right? Well, if you want coffee, you need to start coming in before your shift.
I don't want coffee that much.
And you know what's funny? Mario did it all the time.
So do as well.
Yep. Alright, guys.
Alright, you ready for the next one?
Yep.
Let's see. What is scarier to you, clown or spiders?
Clowns.
I don't really care for either.
Spiders don't scare me. Like, the only type of spider that doesn't scare me is that beautiful blue tarantula that Kelsey had that one time. That one's pretty.
Yeah, birdie and tarantula.
That one was beautiful. Yeah, clowns kind of creepy, but I'm not really scared of them necessarily.
Yeah, it's like they're creepy, but I don't know if I'd be scared of them. I haven't really been around clowns.
I've never been to a circus, so I don't know. I've never been to a circus before.
The only clown I've ever seen was a rodeo clown. That was one.
Hell, I've watched It and laughed at it. I love the movie It. I love both versions of it.
But yeah, the little skit. Cut that joke.
Snakes wasn't an option.
It was spiders or clowns, no snakes.
Alright, ready for the next one?
Yep.
The life advice I could wish I could go back and give my younger self right now is
So many.
one major bit of advice. I would look at myself dead in the eye and said, Chris ain't worth it. Get a better life. Move forward.
Meet X person and X person, right?
Dear younger me, alright? It's okay to be different. It's alright. You're going to make it through it.
Let us go home.
And run.
How to not spend money like a...
Don't let them guilt trip you. So many
Yeah, don't let
advice.
people get the guilt trip. No, my literal words will be, Chris is not worth it. That would be the exact thing. Is like, I know you're in love with him, but he is not worth it. Listen to your 4-year-old cousin. They know better. Oh, and also prepare to call them he.
His name is Matt.
My advice would be similar to Coke.
Wait, did it say how much? No, never mind. Go ahead.
My comfort food is...
Chicken
I
wings.
think I didn't say my advice yet.
Okay, what would be Tracy's advice real quick?
I think my advice would probably be the girlfriends I had before you and stuff. Just skip those bitches. This is the person.
Well, I would just say from the get-go, you basically, in the sense of me and Matt, basically just saying not to worry about being different, being yourself will get you where you need to go. Alright, so my comfort food is... What food make you most happiest when you eat it? I don't even have to say mine.
Chicken wings.
Sushi.
Everybody can guess mine.
Chicken wings.
I love me some chicken wings.
Oh.
Sushi is mine. You bring me sushi and I'm just... Yes.
See, I even got a little.
They can't see it.
I know. Alright.
Nice.
Gyros are good too. I love lamb shawarma.
I'm not sure what my comfort food would be.
Mac and cheese is my comfort food.
Mom messaged me. Did you see that picture? I was like, yeah. I was like, I also have a screenshot where he was playing League at the beginning of the month. Hey!
Did you see that picture? Yeah, I saw it. Still have the question. Where did you get the money for it?
I know he didn't pay for it. Alright, about to give the next question. Just give me.
So I'm planning on my next video. Maybe if the headphones are in and everything, I'm going to do a let's play of Battlefield 1. Apparently, you can ask Toxie and Stray and Jen. It's freaking hilarious when I play it. So I'm going to see about me playing it.
Flaming Jesus.
No, it's flamethrower, Jesus. Get it right.
So
Hey,
I'm thinking about I'm going to
Makes you
start.
flame.
So what? What'd you say?
Mom said, oh, look at the acronym. a good dad.
Oh.
And I went, yeah, acting.
Well, anyway. So.
Fire Jesus.
So, what y'all think? Think that would be a good idea, or what else do you want to see?
Just FYI, whenever y'all listen in, make sure you turn your volume down just a little bit.
Yeah.
Fire Jesus is screaming and shouting. And yes. Plus screaming at me, Stray, your controller keeps firing. I'm triggered by a trigger.
Alright, guys, here's the next question. You ready? Here's the next question. If I could receive any gift right now that is not money, what would I want?
Testosterone!
The two little girls.
I'm sorry, I'm being a little selfish, but I want my testosterone right now.
Vitamin T. Two little girls.
I was thinking of a new vehicle.
True.
The two little girls. And
But testosterone.
What new vehicle gets you the ability to get to your testosterone?
You're right.
New vehicle. No, new vehicle for all of us. Then we can just sell one of them, get the money, and have the extra, get the girls, get the house.
Well, see, I was thinking, get the girls on a plane ticket.
No, a credit card.
Yeah, the girls, new car, plane ticket. For all of us, right? So that way we get the girls.
Girls, testosterone, car.
A credit
ticket.
card.
Ow! God damn it.
Also, Toxie, I have a question for you after stream. It's nothing serious, nothing. I have a question, and it's easier to look it up off the stream.
All right, you ready?
Yep. Do 2 more questions?
Yeah. All right.
2 more questions, guys.
I only block people on social media when
When they're toxic.
when they are negative assholes.
When they
Negative
deserve it.
negative assholes who are judgmental pricks.
When they deserve it. Because all of that is under my deserves.
All right, you ready for your final question?
Yep.
Final question. What is the best thing about the internet? Me and such we all three, not the same. Goddamn thing. We all thought the same goddamn thing. There it is.
Yeah.
Talking about porn, duh. We all thought it.
We kind of just
Like the
looked at
moment
each
the
other.
question
The moment you said the question, that song popped in my head. The internet is full of porn. The internet is full of porn.
Oh, Jesus. Oh.
Alright, guys. It was so great to have y'all in my stream. Listen to me rant on about my Room 65.
Like, share, subscribe. Otherwise, I'll go back to 65.
Do you need to
Is this
repeat
your
your statement?
channel? Is this your channel?
I don't know.
Alright.
Toxie and everybody helps me out with mine, so I figured they'd help you out with yours.
Well,
Pay it forward.
Yeah.
alright. Like he said, like, comment, subscribe,
Notification bell.
notification bell, where you can constantly see new content that I put up. There's going to be more coming up soon. Like I said, Battlefield 1 Let's Play is going to come. A video is going to be coming soon. Again, thank you all so much. Thank you for everyone that subscribed, that was watching and everything. As always, stay a rebel. Bye, guys.